Hi everyone, Julie here. Today I'm going to be making a mini album, part of the challenge for the April monthly challenge. Firstly, you've got to cut your hardboard and prepare it. You want two pieces, cut 7.5 by 5.5, and one piece cut 2.5 by 7.5. You can make the centre larger if you want. That depends how many pages you want. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm actually preparing the inserts for the cover to make it look all pretty. And I'm doing that this way because obviously I had the hardboard to measure it against. Hence why I did it first. So there's my hardboard. Just making sure it's 2 centimetres all the way around, smaller. And that's all ready to go as soon as it's made. So let's get on and make the cover itself. 2 A4 sheets, and you want to join them together. There we go, portrait wise, to give you the right size for this particular mini album. Then you want to get your 3 pieces of hardboard, and I'm using a ruler to make everything nice and straight. And you're going to leave a 2 centimetre gap in between the spine and both sides of the covers. A big tip here, make sure that in between the two covers you do score, because obviously you don't want to ruin your cover once you've gone to all the trouble by it splitting. So we're placing it using the ruler, which ensures that it's all straight. I'm using the wider tape to make sure it's neater and also more secure. Normally I'd speed the video up, but I haven't. I've only sped it up once so that you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go with the second cover. And I've put all the measurements there for you if you want to have a look later on. So leave and score the gap of 2 centimetres, both sides of the spine. And as you've got the ruler there, you can actually measure that quite nicely. I'm just going to cut off that excess. I'm leaving just over 1 inch all round. Now you want to basically curve your corner so that when you fold it over, you haven't got bits of paper hanging out. So 2 centimetres from the corner towards the corner of the A4, you want to mark 2 centimetres and then draw a curved line to both sides. And then you're going to cut all 4 corners off, and it gives a lovely, neat finish. There we go, all 4 cut off. Now we're just going to fold over all the edges, the centres, make sure everything's creased. Now when you actually do start folding, you want to prepare the pages before you stick. By pushing inward and up to make sure that it's nice and straight and flat before you actually stick. Again, scoring those 2 centre lines. Fold over all your sides. Again, make them all nice and flat. Again, using the thicker tape, I'm going right the way across and all the way around to save joining them all. And then basically you just got to snip the tape either side of the spine, like so. And then the paper, you've got to put a little snip in up to where the card begins. Now we're going to take the tape off, and you really have to pull and push to get this nice and flat. It's quite tricky, So always have the side that you're folding towards you, so that you're pulling it up and pushing forward, as so. Go all the way around, but leave the two ends until the end. Again, we're scoring down that centre. It's so important. Now at the two ends, you're going to have the corner folds, and you basically have got to trim them so that you don't have a bulky bit sticking out of each corner. There's I would say it's a little triangle shape in that top. Well, so you've got 4 to cut out, just to make it all nice and neat. And again, up and forward. There you go. See me trimming them there. Obviously, if you want to, you can pause it so that you can see that closer. Up and forward and stick down. Now you want to fold up your album and make sure that it's all creased in all directions. And you're going to put your inside. You're going to cover all this nasty cardboard up. Now any bits that aren't 100% stuck, you need to stick down now, because obviously you're going to cover it over. So I'm just popping a little bit of tape under those edges there to make sure that they stay put. This was so messy making this. I couldn't believe how much paper I had and tape. It's everywhere. There we go. So we're folding it, making sure it's all lovely and creased. Everything's stuck down. Now I'm using my fingers there to make the creases. I didn't realise till after I'd made this that you can place the centrepiece first and then the two sides over the top, which would make it look neater than what I've done, which is do the two sides first and take them into the centre. I mean, obviously I've made another one now and I've done it the other way, but I thought I would forewarn you. I mean, still, don't get me wrong, I'm still over the moon with how it's ended up. But yes, I did learn that. So if you cut a centrepiece just a little bit shorter than your spine and about an inch wider, and then tape that, but make sure you score down both lines, otherwise it's just going to split. So now I found this beautiful paper. I'm so pleased with the way it's turned out. It looks so summery. Again, scoring. So what I do is I'm actually doing, I've measured it, now I'm going to cut it, then I'm going to tape it, but I'm actually leaving the centrepiece until nearer the end. It's literally because I want to fold it up first to make sure that I'm giving it as much room as possible to fold. I'd hate to go to all that work and then have to it split. That'd be awful. So lots of tape used. That's it. You want to get this as close to the edge as you can. There we go. Fold down that. Nice, crisp folds. and then you're going to take the other side and take it as far over to that fold as you can. I suppose I could have done it another way, which would be to cut them so that they met neater in the centre as well. But I'm happy with it. See how deep those score lines are? That's what you want to achieve. Right up to as close to the corners as you can get. Score again. And again. And then we can stick down. There we go, straight away bending it in all directions to make sure that we're not going to get a split. Yay, we have a cover. Fantastic. But this is going to be covered up anyway, that join, so that's why I thought I'm going to carry on. I will tell the ladies my error, and you can learn by my mistake. But as I say, it's going to be covered up. So now I've cut my pieces. I'm going to actually stick them down. Doesn't matter what order you do it. I've done it spine first and then the two sides. I may still later on. I mean, obviously there's a lot of decoration got to happen, a lot. But at this stage, you don't want to be decorating the outside because it's going to be working on the inside. So leave that until last. And obviously, inside has got a lot of work. It's not just going to be pages. You have got pockets. You have got waterfalls, fold outs, so many little bits and pieces that I've thrown in there. It's going to be brilliant. And it's up to you what size you do. This is just a size that I chose, the same as the previous one that I'd made that I was really happy with. I'm going to give you a choice of how to bind your album as well, which will be next week. I'm going to show you 2 ways, and it's up to you which way you want to use. And both ways can be adapted as well. So all we're doing this week is the front cover, well, not just the front cover, the entire cover. Decorate it with your paper, and then next week we're going to do your binding system and a waterfall. We're not going to put your pages in until week 3 because we are going to work on your pages before they go into the album. So basically they will go into the album complete, which is fabulous. So exciting. I say there's loads on eBay, on YouTube, absolutely thousands. So you don't have to follow mine. I just thought I'd show William by making one myself. It's up to you whether you choose my design or somebody else's. It's absolutely fine. So there we go. It's about 1 centimetre, 2 centimetres. That again is your personal preference. Try and choose a design that you're going to follow through the whole album. I particularly am following the colours through, not the pattern, the colours. And I'm fussy cutting some of the flowers that are on the cover to carry through the album as well, if you wanted to take that tip. So I'm just trimming this off to make it absolutely perfect. And there we go. Because obviously it's got to marry up with your other side and your centre at the top and at the bottom. And mine didn't. So there we go again. And now I'm going to tape it. Now I know it's going to work. It's all trimmed up to a perfect fit. And down it goes. It's so pretty. So the final is the back, and it matches the front. And that's all ready to go. There's your cover. Fabulous. And there's the two I've made. Lots more to do. Let me know if you need any help.